Topping today's news, the Education Minister talks about solutions to school fights. BPL and its new partner, Pike, beginning to make moves on the improvement process. The PLP chairman says the FNM is a copycat, and the Minister of Culture set to meet with the Valley Boys. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Jcn News. This is your JCN Evening News. It's a pleasure to have you join us. While touring several public schools on opening day Monday, the Minister of Education, Glenys Hannah Martin, was asked to address concerns about students, both boys and girls, getting involved with fights on and off campus.
The Assistant Commissioner is here who has responsibility for that. They had a press conference yesterday. They spoke about those issues. We're introducing a code of conduct. The code of conduct will cover the classroom and on your way home. It's behavior on the streets also. And we hope that will help to curb.
The Education Minister said parents also play a major part in student behavior, and they hope to have continued support from those parents who have been doing so, and more support from those parents who have not been so helpful.
But the point you raised about parents is critical. They are the key factor in a child's progress. The principal, the teacher, all those things are good. They're very good. But that parent is critical. And so we, even if the parent feels like they're not able to cope with the curriculum, how many of us are able to at this point in life? But, just pay attention, give support, observe. And the other thing is you have to be honest about what you're saying. A lot of times parents don't want to face the truth about what's happening with their children because it makes it difficult. But it's better if you do that because you can fend off a more serious outcome. So parents, but they're our best partners and we look forward to working with them going forward.
In 2022, instead of simply placing a police on campus or near the school's campus, the government introduced a pilot program for school resource officers designed to improve school safety as the officers, they are more engaged with the school administrators and security officers, forming one team, and the results have been positive. Bahamas Power and Light's transformation getting underway today. The Nassau Guardian reported that $80 million of the $140 million that was raised to make those necessary improvements to the electricity company has been transferred to Island Grid to pay subcontractors, mainly of Pike Corporation. The government has outsourced BPL's transmission and distribution responsibilities. Pike will source and supply the bulk of the equipment, materials, and labor to get the job done. Last week, Mr. Pintard announced that the opposition met with the governor of the Central Bank of the Bahamas and says that the FNM also has plans to meet with the Clearing Banks Association. That's the body that represents all licensed Bahamian commercial banks. The opposition has challenged the government to stop talking about the need for changes in the banking sector and take action, while the FNM will do that when they return to power in 2026. Meanwhile, members of the opposition attended a recent meeting of stakeholders, including representatives from the Inter-American Development Bank, to discuss the National Development Plan. During the meeting, the opposition reaffirmed its commitment to working towards the implementation of a national plan, recognizing its critical role in shaping the future of the Bahamas. The opposition says by focusing on sustainable development, economic growth, and social progress, they are dedicated to ensuring a brighter and more prosperous future for all Bahamians. At the meeting was party leader Michael Pintard, Member of Parliament Adrian White, Senator Darren Henfield, and Senator Ruben Raming. And finally, in this segment, there will be no seed money for either of the two Valley Boy Junkanoo groups, at least not until some key issues have been sorted out. Hopefully, that will come after a meeting with the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Mario Boleg, this Sunday. The minister announced on Tuesday that while all of the other Junkanoo groups gearing up for performance on the Boxing Day and New Year's Day Junkanoo parades on Bay and Shirley Street, they will get their monies this week. The Valley Boys that have been infighting with two factions, each claiming to have the rights to the name, they will risk losing their biggest sponsor if the two sides cannot see eye to eye or a solution is not found. Meanwhile, seemingly deepening the divide, the world-famous Valley Boys, led by Brian Adley, have received yet another black eye after they were evicted from one of their major shacks on Claridge Road near the Marathon Mall. The Way Forward Valley Boys, led by Trevor Davis, reportedly renewed the expired lease for the building, and they are claiming the building for themselves. Sunday's meeting will be highly anticipated, to say the least. You're listening to JCN News. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back after these commercials.